Universal's Islands of Adventure is an amazing theme park, and there might be a lot more to do than you think.
Plus, it is not cheap, so you're going to want to make the most of your time here.
So let's have a perfect day in Universal's Islands of Adventure, checking out the rides, food, entertainment, shopping, and more.
I can't wait!
Here we go!
Universal's Islands of Adventure is the second theme park here at Universal Orlando Resort. It opened after Universal Studios, and it's got a theme of different islands of adventure, and you can actually see them from where we're standing right here, or at least some of them. Over here you've got Marvel Superhero Island, you've got Toon Lagoon, there's Jurassic Park, but there's islands surrounding this lagoon, and you get to adventure through all of these different properties, which is really cool. We are here for early entry this morning, headed into Port of Entry. Early entry is available to Universal Hotel guests as well as some tiers of the annual pass. Just a note with early entry is that not all attractions will be open. You can check in the app which parks have early entry, if they have early entry, and what attractions are open for them. Lucky for us, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is open, so that's where we're headed. But this strategy works just as well if you're rope dropping as a non-early entry guest. We are in the park. It is a little after 8. We are hopping in line for Hagrid's. It's got a posted wait time of who knows. I like this. It's a fun mystery. But it doesn't actually look long. My guess is 45 minutes, which will likely be one of the shortest waits of the entire day. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is the most popular ride at either Universal Park. It tends to have very, very long, sometimes multi-hour waits. And you can see that we're not really in the Harry Potter area because in the morning, the line does get so long that they do run it into the next door land, Lost Continent. But Hagrid's is definitely the start to any perfect day at Islands of Adventure. So, of course, we have to start here. Also, shortest line of the day at Hagrid's, that is also part of the perfect day. So, you excited?
Let's go, perfect day.
Perfect day. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is a launched roller coaster. It has 7 launches. It is considered a story coaster, so it has a pretty significant story element to it. You get to see a lot of magical creatures, see and hear from Hagrid, head into the Forbidden Forest, and there are a few surprises along the way. It is absolutely one of the most fun rides ever, in my opinion, and a definite must-do on a perfect day. First ride of the day, done. Owen and Claire from Jurassic Park.
Does it read? I think I even have little dinosaur earrings.
I think that you should have grown a mustache.
Don't even stress. I can handle this before the day's over.
All right, start thinking really hard about the mustache hairs you want to grow. But Hagrid's was amazing.
Always.
Perfect start to a perfect day. Honestly, maybe we try to ride it again. I always say that, we never get to.
But let's toss it out there.
Let's toss it out there. Let's put it out in the universe.
Yeah.
But for now, we're actually going to head out of Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It's very busy. Well, we might check wait times before we do that. It's very busy here. This is the busiest land in the park. So we want to kind of like start elsewhere. We also just did a Perfect Day Harry Potter World where we did all of the best stuff in both sides of Harry Potter World. So you can go check that out. We will be doing a lot more Harry Potter stuff today. But for now, we've got breakfast to get to, and it's a very good breakfast.
This is my favorite part of the day.
Me too. Well, every eating is my favorite part of the day.
Too.
The other Wizarding World of Harry Potter rides do still have shorter waits, so we're going to go ahead and hop on those. Wizarding World of Harry Potter is, of course, based on the Harry Potter franchise. You can see Hogwarts here. There is a ride in there that we're going to try to check out before we head out of the park. It is still sort of that, like, for what time is it?
9:39.
So we waited about an hour for Hagrid's, which is pretty good because that ride does have a 160 posted minute wait now. So more than 2 hours, which is wild. So we definitely recommend rope dropping that one. Now we're gonna still use sort of this early part of the day to check out the other Harry Potter rides so that either we get to ride them twice today or we have them knocked out in case wait times spike up. Right here is Flight of the Hippogriff. It has a 25-minute wait. This is a more relaxed, sort of like kid-geared roller coaster that is themed around flying on a hippogriff's back from Harry Potter, like Buckbeak. The coolest part of this roller coaster, in my opinion, and the reason it's worth riding, is the Buckbeak animatronic, which is one of my, actually it might be my favorite Universal animatronic. It's very cool. And the coaster itself is surprisingly fun and thrilling for its short length and height. Definitely a kid's coaster though, and I wouldn't say necessarily a must-do, but why not on a perfect day? All right, and our final rope drop attraction. Wait, hold on, we gotta talk about how Hippogriff was. How was Flight of the Hippogriff?
It was actually incredibly jostling for kids.
I know. Both Emma and I were like, ugh.
lot faster than you would think for
It's
a
pretty
kid's ride.
short.
And it is short, so I'm glad we did it this morning because we've seen it peak over 80 minutes
Yeah.
lately, so I'm glad we got it out of the way.
Yeah, and also it was supposed to 25. We pretty much walked on. I think
Yeah.
we waited maybe 3 minutes,
Yeah.
like in the actual line. Best part is the Buckbeak animatronic.
Yep,
Even
it's
if you
amazing.
don't want to ride it, I would walk through the queue just to kind of get a glimpse of that animatronic because it's really cool. Speaking of walking through queues, our final Wizarding World of Harry Potter attraction and our final rope drop attraction is going to be Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, which is the ride inside Hogwarts. It's got a 15-minute wait right now, which is typically a walk-on. This is a simulator attraction that is very known for causing motion sickness, so if you're prone to that, be warned. My tip is to close your eyes anytime you see a screen. But it does take you through a bunch of iconic scenes and locations from Harry Potter on a flying bench that definitely feels very magical. The best part of this ride, in my opinion, is walking through the queue because you do actually get to walk through Hogwarts. And anyone can do that, whether or not you are able or want to ride the ride. So definitely walk the queue and take the chicken exit if you don't want to ride the ride. Another pro tip for Universal is that you cannot bring like backpacks on the rides. What you can bring on most rides are fanny packs. So part of a perfect day at Universal is wearing a fanny pack, so you do not have to get a locker in front of every ride. Now those lockers are complimentary. You can just go and put your bags in a locker and call it a day, and it's really easy. It is. It's a lot simpler to not have to do that at all, though. So we have both worn fanny packs today, and we don't have to do that. We just get to keep them around our waist, and then we can ride the rides.
I will also say, I'm not even trying to plug this on purpose, but this fanny pack I've used today has been amazing. It's huge.
She will not stop talking about it.
There's so much room in it, and I'm like a fanny pack connoisseur, okay? This one has blown my mind, and I love it, and you can get it on AllEars.net. That's a shameless plug, but I actually love it.
She literally won't stop talking about the fanny pack. It doesn't surprise me at all that she's not told you about it. So at the start of the queue, you walk through sort of the underside of Hogwarts. You get to see the Mirror of Erised. Then you head in through the greenhouses and then into Hogwarts itself, where you've got the house statue with the architect of Hogwarts, house points, Gryffindor's winning. That's not cool. And even the staircase up to Dumbledore's office, which is where we're headed next. One of my favorite rooms is walking through sort of this hallway where you've got moving portraits of the house founders, and they have conversations above you, which is very cool. And then you head into Dumbledore's office, which is amazing. Hey.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I close my eyes on the screen parts to not get queasy, so.
Yeah, this one is a lot of fun for me. I think I really enjoy that it's a mix of practical effects and screens as somebody who really doesn't get sick that often. I will also say, though, that this ride has made me get sick before, and I'm not prone to motion sickness, so maybe just be really cautious of it. Like, really listen if you are concerned about that. It probably will get you. But I think it's fun. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you get to see a lot of places. You get to do a lot of things that I think are fun and like nostalgic to the book. It might not be perfect storyline wise, but you get to go to those places and have fun.
For sure, part of a perfect day. Also, when in doubt for me, I ride this last because I know that I get to go way down. Also, the exit through retail for this ride is the biggest store on this side of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, so a great place to check out some of the Harry Potter merchandise. But now, I have definitely worked up an appetite.
I'm very hungry for breakfast, and we've completed all the Harry Potter rides.
Green eggs and ham. I wouldn't put it past me. The only Harry Potter ride that we will not be riding today is the Hogwarts Express. This is an actual transportation option that takes you between the two parks. We're not headed to Universal Studios, so we are skipping this one, but you can see a little bit about when and how to ride this in our perfect day of Harry Potter World.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh.
I am Kaz on the Rock. Mr. Compton, who are you?
This is Emma.
And this is Quincy.
Emma and who?
Quincy.
Quincy?
Yeah.
Hello, Emma.
Hello.
Hello, Quincy.
Hello.
Where are you from?
We're from Orlando.
Welcome to the Lost Continent.
Thank you.
How may I assist you today?
Emma has a wish.
You want to make a wish?
Yes.
Yes, can I?
Put your hands together. Now whisper your wish into your hands. Rub your hands together to heat up your wish and spin around 3 times. 1,
Woo!
3. Now throw your wish into the pool.
Wow! we have made it to Seuss Landing. Now we are actually not going to be doing a lot of crisscrossing today. In Disney World, we tend to do a lot of crisscrossing just to maximize our time. But in Universal, you have a little bit more leeway, and also the park is massive and surrounds a lagoon, so it's actually a lot more difficult to crisscross than it is at Disney World in a lot of places. So we're going to be trying to stick to mostly the lands that we're in today. If any really good wait times pipe up, we might do a little detour to go ride, whatever that might be. But for now, we are starting our day in Seuss Landing, having done the Wizarding World rides. We'll end up back in Wizarding World later, and we're going to start making our way around.
All right, so here we are at Green Eggs and Ham for our breakfast this morning. This is the quick service location here in Seuss Land. We actually love this one. Quincy and I are here a lot. Our favorite is Who Hash, but this morning maybe we'll try something different. I know that I probably won't, but maybe she will.
All right, so here is our haul from Green Eggs and Ham. I went with the Green Eggs and Ham, which are tots topped with green eggs, ham, and a white cheese sauce that is so delicious. And Emma got the Who Hash, which does come in this very cute souvenir can. It is tater tots, scallions, corned beef hash, and that white cheese sauce again. Very, very delicious. Excited to eat. I'm so hungry, and this is a perfect breakfast. Water cheers.
Perfect day. That was a bad cheers.
It's so tasty. The best part is the white cheese sauce. I actually have trouble ordering other stuff here because I want to get the white cheese sauce so badly. The tots are perfectly cooked. They're perfectly sized. The ham is diced really small and mixes all in that cheese sauce really well. And what's really shocking is that the eggs are really, really tasty, which is wild because 1, theme park eggs, 2, they're green. So the first time I ordered this, I was expecting like food coloring green theme park eggs, but these are actually fairly fluffy eggs that are flavored with a vegetable. I believe it's broccoli. It tastes like broccoli to me, and they're flavored and colored with a vegetable, so it's actually like kind of got like more fancy omelet vibes. I absolutely love this dish. I think the green eggs and ham is a must stop, especially on a perfect day at Islands of Adventure.
I love the Who Hash. I think this is actually a really simple meal, but it's really hefty. The potatoes are really heavy. The white cheese sauce seals the whole deal. I like the scallions because it makes it much lighter. And then the ham is just a nice addition. It's a good hefty meal, and it's not like super adventurous flavors, so a lot of people will really like this.
Now that a delicious breakfast has been had,
It was delicious.
it was delicious. We're gonna hang out here in Seuss Landing for a little while so we don't have to backtrack here later. If you've got kiddos, I definitely think part of a perfect day would be If I Ran the Zoo. This is a If I Ran the Zoo themed play area. It's super cute. There's sound effects. I always see kids having a blast in there, so I highly recommend it. And there are lots of little areas to just explore around Seuss Landing. And if you walk around, you might hear some sound effects. You might find an egg, like a big egg. There's an egg. One egg.
Show me the egg.
Oh, yay!
I heard someone laughing.
No, she was laughing with you. I think we could use a little air conditioning, so we're gonna head into our next attraction, the Cat in the Hat. This is a Cat in the Hat themed dark ride. Both of us find it absolutely horrific. It's so scary. And if I were a kid, I would really enjoy it too. So we're gonna ride it. This attraction does have the kind of queue I like, where it feels like you're walking into the story. And like you get to actually go in their house to then be accosted by a giant humanoid cat who makes a mess and releases other things. That's us. It's scary.
I don't like it.
There are a number of rides in Seuss Landing outside of the Cat in the Hat ride that are less scary. And by the way, the Cat in the Hat ride probably wouldn't be scary for kids, but as an adult, like if I came home and Thing 1 and Thing 2 were in my house,
It's just petrifying, and no one has brushed their hair in years.
I would move. I would move if those were in my house. But One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish is a fun pick you up and go around ride where you get a little wet and listen to a Dr. Seuss rhyme. There's a Highway in the Sky trolley, which we are definitely riding because it's one of my favorite like family rides at Universal. And I also have a very big soft spot for the carousel, which is a carousel but with Seuss animals. And that's because we rode this when I was a little kid, and my dad who's like 6'2", rode on the smallest pink elephant you've ever seen in your life. And it was hilarious. And I had a framed picture of my dad on that tiny elephant in my bedroom like the whole time I was growing up. So the Seuss was a soft spot for me, and I will be riding on the tiny pink elephant.
Are you happy?
I'm on the elephant.
He looks pretty happy. My guy's pretty disappointed.
Fry Bucket is not here to drag us to meet these Seuss characters, but I do see the Lorax, Sam I Am, and the Grinch out meeting people. They're so cute.
They are very cute.
I love the Lorax. Have you seen that movie?
Of course I've seen those.
That movie's so good. You know what my favorite part is?
What?
Hang on, I need you to film me.
What's your favorite part?
My favorite part of the Lorax is at the end when they're all singing the inspirational Let It Grow song, and the mayor goes, let it die, let it die.
Let it shrivel up and die.
That's my favorite part.
I love that part. That's a good part.
That's a really good part.
Sorry, Lorax. For our next stop of the day, we are at the High in the Sky Seuss Trolley train ride. This is a train ride over top of Seuss Landing. It's kind of like their very own people mover. It's really cute. It shows you a lot of scenes from different Dr. Seuss books and has some fun little songs that you can kind of hum along to.
All right, we've made it to Port of Entry, which we did walk through this morning when we were here for early entry. But Port of Entry is going to be sort of just the entry land. There aren't any rides in this land. It's all food and shopping, which is fine by us. So we're going to check out some of the biggest store actually in either Universal Park, which is a must-do on any Universal day, is shopping in here. And a couple other things like coffee.
Coffee.
We haven't had any coffee. It's like 12:30. Emma's wasting away. Her voice is going.
I don't know what's happening.
It's probably because you haven't had any coffee.
I bet that's it.
Yeah, I bet that's it. That sounds right. She's playing the recorder.
That's amazing.
That's really good. That's true talent.
Knew I would use my recorder someday in my career.
And it's here at Port of Entry.
I'm so glad. You know what? He just proved my 4th grade music teacher wrong.
He did.
I will use that skill one day.
You will use your recorder skills.
As an actor at Universal.
Are you good at the recorder?
No.
Okay. So maybe you won't.
I can learn again.
Okay. Emma.
We can't get away from it.
No, they're everywhere. The things are everywhere.
I don't want a thing, one or thing.
They want you. They want to take you with them away.
Where?
I don't know. The island of perpetual tickling.
I don't want to go.
That's a VeggieTales reference.
Is it?
Yeah. Let's pick out merch for each other. Go.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know exactly what I'm getting her. There's no question. It's him. I don't even have to think twice about it.
I got him. And I don't know where she went.
I'm watching her look for me. And it's very funny. I want to see if she'll notice.
We've chosen.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. I knew it! I knew that's what you were gonna get me.
I knew that's what you were gonna get, but mine is nice.
Yours is nice. Oh, I thought
The one you got me is nice.
I was like, this isn't
I was
kind.
mean.
This is funny. I'm scared. The motherland.
The motherland? Are you a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you not seen How I Survive?
that's true. Starbucks, here we are. There's other coffee at Universal, but we're big Starbucks girls, and it's part of our perfect day. Also, Starbucks I find is a little more reliable than random theme park coffee. So now in the morning, the Starbucks can get very busy, lines out the doors. But if you wait a little to get your coffee, like we've done today, it's about noon. The Starbucks opens up, and there's even seating in here in the air conditioning with the trendy songs with theme park views. So we can sit and enjoy our coffees for a minute before continuing on to Marvel Superhero Landing. You okay?
Don't interrupt.
Another great breakfast or lunch option when you're at Islands of Adventure is Croissant Moon Bakery. Croissant Moon, I get it. If you're more of a sweet breakfast kind of person, this is a great place to check. They have a ton of pastries, they have muffins and things like that, all very, very tasty. They also have like sandwiches and cheesecake, so this is another great place to check if you're not much of a hash brown person, like you would need to be for green eggs and ham. I did in fact lose Emma to the bathroom. I'm sure we'll find her. We are now headed into Marvel Superhero Island. And there's no better way to start at Marvel Superhero Island than with Hulk, the Incredible Hulk coaster, which is this massive green roller coaster around me. Seriously thrilling, seriously fun. Hulk is certainly one of the more popular attractions in this park. Right now it's got a 35-minute wait, and we are here on, right now it's got a 35-minute wait. Ah, it's Storm. That's so crazy. Right now the Incredible Hulk coaster has a 35-minute wait, and we are here on a Wednesday in March. So it's a pretty slow day, and it still has a 30-minute wait. Hopefully that won't be too long for us. If you are here and Hulk has a super, super long wait, I recommend waiting to ride it very, very last at night. You can get in line for a ride up until right before the park closes, a minute before the park closes. And I have walked on Hulk many, many times using that strategy. Plus, it's pretty fun at night. Now, like most Universal rides, Hulk does have complimentary lockers for your items. Also, Hulk, because it's such an intense roller coaster, does have metal detectors, so you cannot actually take anything with you on the ride, which means we can't film the queue as we go have our thrilling Hulk ride. But all those lockers are complimentary while you ride, so you can just drop them right off over there. We hulked.
We survived.
Yeah, it was a close call there. That's a really intense roller coaster. I'm not a big intense roller coaster person, but it's not too intense for me to ride. I do recommend sort of like erring on the side of caution with it. I like to ride it last because it has given me a headache before. Right now I'm fine though, which is good. My favorite part is when you shoot out of the lift hill, you're supposed to be hulking out. You're supposed to be turning into the Hulk also. And it's really, really fun, that blast off.
It is a lot of fun. I actually really like this ride. It can sometimes give me a little bit of a headache, and I'm not prone to those on coasters.
Yeah.
So like she said, err on the side of caution, but it's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah. So that's Hulk.
What if, because we're here, we just like...
You want to ride Storm Force Accelatron?
I just want to spin a little.
Of course
just
you do.
Just a little. For just a second.
Of course you do.
So welcome.
Yeah, we can.
Because she's sweet, Quincy is letting us go on Storm Force Accelatron. This is a spinning teacups-esque ride where you get to spin in a literal storm, not a literal one, but they have lots of flashing lights and really cool sound effects over this spinning ride. And it's one that I find really fun, and I'm gonna make her do it with me. You ready?
I guess.
Here we go, baby.
Why is it so aggressive?
It's crazy fast. It's so much faster than what I would have thought.
It's like way faster than teacups. It's the same as teacups.
Yeah, it's like teacup spinning mixed with like the scrambler from like Dollywood, or where did you say?
That Carowinds, they have like a
Scrambler.
kaleidoscope ride.
Yeah.
It's like
It's mixed
really
together.
fast,
It's
and like
crazy.
the music is like rock music. Excuse us, Dr. Doom.
It's so rude.
So rude. The music is like rock music, and it's like strobe lights.
Yeah.
It's like really. Emma stopped spinning.
I finally
She was like, "It's going too fast." Is it for you? They're busy.
Other crime.
This is a review of the Crime Line update. Do not call Crime Line.
Press 1. Where?
Definitely part of a perfect day at Islands of Adventure is riding the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. This is many people's favorite ride at Universal still to this day, despite being on the older side compared to some of the more exciting newer rides.
So,
Like 98.
it's older than I am.
It's in, oh my gosh. This ride's older than Emma. It opened in 98 and it's older than Emma. Well, it's crazy because it's like so technologically advanced that it feels like some rides that are opening right now with its combination, with its combination of physical effects and screens. Like, this is like if Remy were better and it opened in 98. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure over in Epcot at Disney. But super fun. Absolutely a must do. You can get motion sick on this, but it is a little less motion sickness inducing than like the Forbidden Journey Harry Potter ride that we rode this morning. The story of this ride is that you are working as interns for the Daily Bugle, and you're gonna go out for like to help them get the scoop. But things go awry when Spider-Man is attacked by like all the villains. You hate when that happens, the Sinister Six. And then you have to help. Are you qualified?
You could say that.
Listen, we do journalism, so maybe we are qualified.
I actually have 2 degrees. I have a master's degree in.
Okay, so we're qualified.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're good. Should be fine.
I want people to know I really have a master's degree.
Emma just really wants everyone to know that she does have a master's degree. And here we are in a theme park.
How do you feel?
Amazing. I feel amazing. Spider-Man.
Okay. I love this ride. It's a really great mix of practical effects and screens. Sometimes the spinning is a little bit intense.
Yeah, I haven't ridden in the back in a while, and the back I found more motion sickness inducing than the front.
Yeah, I love this ride. It is older, but I don't think that you can tell as much.
No.
And I also just I don't know. I love Spider-Man.
It's super cool. The effects on it are so cool. If you are prone to motion sickness, request the front. I also think in general, if you're doing a day at Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios, bring some Dramamine, bring some ginger chews or something to help you out. That's what I do, is I bring ginger candy a lot, and that's very helpful. So just be aware, a lot of the rides here are motion sickness inducing. So
thanks, Spidey.
Thanks, Spidey, for the motion sickness. One thing I've definitely noticed today is that wait times are pretty accurate. We waited about 35 minutes for Hulk on the dot. It was definitely 10 minutes for Spider-Man when we went in, and we walked on, well actually no, we waited 5 minutes for Stormforce Accelatron.
We did.
So everything today, the wait times have been pretty accurate, which is good to know. That will hopefully ring true on a more crowded day as well, that the wait times are what you can expect. How did they, that's a feat of Universal Engineering.
Paid actor,
that pigeon. That makes sense. If you are here on a busier day, I do recommend checking out the option of Express Pass. I would do this in advance, and it is available for some guesting at certain hotels, some of the more expensive hotels. Express Pass is the skip the line offering here at Universal. You can learn a whole lot more about it in our Is It Worth $170 to Skip the Lines at Universal video, where we compared. You can also learn about it in Emma's Ride Everything at Universal challenge. My favorite trick, if you do come across any long lines and you don't have Express Pass, is to grab a handheld snack or a beer or a drink of your choice and make it a little bit of your snack time while you're waiting in line. That for me is always a really big help to make it not feel like I'm waiting as long as I am. Marvel Superhero Landing does have character meet and greets like Seuss does, and if you like Marvel heroes, I highly recommend stopping by for these. They run most days, and you can find the times in your Universal app. I saw Captain America in there.
I'm very excited.
Yeah,
She did.
Pretzels.
We did have some pretzels. Yeah. That was the best Captain America.
It was a very good Captain America.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
He was so conversational.
Yeah, I get nervous still. Obviously I have a lot of practice talking to characters, but I get nervous talking to characters because it's what do you talk to them about?
What do you say?
It's a weird thing, especially if you're not a super social person. But I have a lot of practice. I like to think in advance, what am I going to ask them about? I had no idea what I was going to talk to Captain America about.
We actually had this discussion before we went in.
We were like, what are we going to talk to him about?
Yeah.
And we had no idea. But luckily, he totally had it, was leading us in the conversation. He was talking to us about, he asked us for help on a mission. He was go over, talk to Dr. Doom, distract him. And I felt it was a very immersive,
it was really great,
conversation.
but also not weird.
Yeah, it wasn't weird at all. Pretzels.
We did have some pretzels. Yeah. It felt really normal. He was really cool.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny. I've never met characters.
I've never
that
waited
wasn't
in line.
the Grinch. So
I've never even met the
fun.
Grinch here. I've never waited in line to meet a character at Universal, and that was really
this may have
a
changed
great
my
experience.
mind about
now I'm
that.
do we go meet Spider-Man if he's out?
I actually saw Storm too, and she looked amazing.
Storm? I got nervous when I saw her. She was so cool.
good. Do we do
Wow.
a character video?
Should we go back? Do we do a character video?
I think maybe we should think
That
about
could be
it.
cool.
That could be a lot of fun.
That could be really cool.
I think we should do it.
I think we should. Do you
Let
think
us
we
know
should
what-
do it?
yeah,
let us know
let
in the
us know.
comments. All right, we've made it to our next land. This is Toon Lagoon. Captain America's not here, which is a bummer because he is not a Sunday cartoon. But other stuff is Hagar the Horrible, who I really liked when I used to read the Sunday Funnies.
How old are you?
You never read the Sunday Funnies?
Actually, no.
I'm 26, I'm a normal age. So since it is winter, this land is a little bit under construction. This ride past this wall is Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Barges, which is a very, very, very fun water raft ride, if that's your kind of thing. And then there's also, around this corner, Dudley Do-Light's Ripsaw Falls. So the rides here are water rides, it's kind of the vibe. It is not quite hot enough for us to get soaking wet today. So we're gonna skip out on the water ride since being soaking wet is not part of a perfect day. But if it is part of your perfect day, they do have ponchos for sale, or you can bring your own. Just be warned, you will get very, very wet on either of these attractions. My favorite thing to do in Toon Lagoon is a photo shoot, because there's a lot of really fun photo ops. So
I already know which one I want to do.
that's my favorite one.
This one?
Yeah,
I love
that's my favorite one. Yeah. Oh no, Emma! Slow down! All right.
You gotta tell me where to go.
Okay. Look up.
Like,
Yeah. That's good.
oh no. The boat broke. You're about to go under. What are you gonna do?
That's Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls. As a kid, I absolutely love this ride. Now it's a little rough because it is a bobsled style car. So you do have your legs wrapped around the person in front of you. You also do get incredibly soaked, which is not as fun as an adult as it is when you're a kid. That said, if you like water rides, this is one of my favorite water rides of all time. It is so fun. It's a higher drop than Tiana's Bayou Adventure will be when it opens in Disney World. It's a really, really fun lock loop. It's hard to get in and out of, and you do get soaked. Skull Island Reign of Kong is technically the smallest island in Islands of Adventure. It is technically its own island. All it has is Skull Island Ring of Kong, the ride. This one does tend to have a really long wait. It's got a delay right now, so we're not going to be able to ride it. We might have to circle back after our late lunch, early dinner situation that we're coming up on.
Fair.
At a very exciting restaurant. Incredibly exciting. So keep moving past Skull Island Reign of Kong, and hopefully we'll swing back by it. But we are headed into the land we've been looking forward to all day. Jurassic Park, as you can imagine, is a land based on the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchise. One must-do here is definitely Camp Jurassic, which is a kind of kids zone. And there is a ride that only kids and those with them can ride. That's that Pteranodon Flyers. It's incredibly fun. I rode it as a child. I have not ridden it since because I outgrew it. But one day, maybe I'll find a child to go on it with. But lots of other must-dos in this land as well. Emma,
Yeah.
it's uncanny. Which one's the real Emma? Come on, Emma.
All right, next up we are gonna go to the Raptor encounter. This one's pretty exciting because it's literally a Raptor encounter. We are gonna go see a Raptor. Are you ready? No, she's not ready. She's not ready. Well, we just got to meet a real life Raptor.
That was horrifying.
It was so fun and so scary.
Yeah, the thing about meeting the Raptors here, and you can meet Bravo, you can meet Blue, who Owen here is very familiar with.
Yeah.
And you can meet the baby Raptor, whose name I forget, but you can meet a bunch of different Raptors, and they're very realistic.
It's crazy. They are so interactive.
Yep.
And like at one point, Bravo had my head in her mouth.
In her mouth,
And
like
it was
literally
crazy.
was like the head, Emma's head was in her mouth.
In her mouth.
Like it was, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, you like when you're waiting in line, usually like I'll watch adults in front of me like jump and get scared, and you're like, I'm not gonna get scared. But when the Raptor snaps, it's
you
really scary.
The thing is, it's like we know it's funny, silly, and I still feel myself like jump.
Yeah,
from
it's
her.
so fun and
It's
well
a lot of
designed.
fun.
I highly recommend that character encounter. If you are like not a character encounter person, if like our Captain America encounter scares the heck out of you, you don't have to talk to the Raptor. You just take pictures and get spooked, and it's really fun.
I will say though, for some kiddos who maybe don't understand that it's just fun and it's not real, it can be a little bit too
Very
realistic.
scary.
I have seen kids cry after it.
Yeah.
So maybe take that into consideration. Maybe watch it while you're in line, and then decide for your kid if that's gonna work out for them.
Some kids it works and they love
Some
dinos,
yeah.
and it's fun. Some
Some
very
just
much
get a
not.
little too scared because
Yeah.
it is that realistic.
It's that realistic.
It's cool though.
Also, team members here made our encounter very special. When we were waiting in line, they recognized that we were dressed as Claire and Owen.
Yes.
And we kept waiting for like a minute, and then one of the like Raptor specialists came and was like, you guys can come this way, and brought us in to skip the whole line to meet the Raptor because we had to make sure things were up to code.
Yeah, we told them we were
Claire
here to
and Owen.
check it out. But
Yeah.
what's really cool is like they recognized her immediately, and then they saw mine and got very excited that we had kind of matched together.
Yeah.
And at no point were we like, oh, we can't wait. It was not a long line.
No.
Like, we at no point thought anything of it.
No.
And then all of a sudden they were like, we just really want to make sure it's up to code.
Yeah, they like made it
They
really
were so
special for us
excited.
because we wore Jurassic World outfits, which
Yeah.
is really cool. I think that's like one of the reasons I like to dress up at the theme parks is it does make for fun interactions with characters, with team members a lot of times. And if you want to do that, you can do so at AllEars.net/outfit or by looking at AllEarsStyle on Instagram, where we do a lot of theme park outfits. And this was a very fun experience with ours
This
today.
was. I also think that when you're at Universal, people don't dress up the same way that they do
No.
for Disney World. So I think it's exciting for the team members to see us get excited.
We've
too.
also
So,
taken some fun pictures. So
yeah, it's
like,
been fun.
Fun all
It's a
around.
good day.
All right, next up is the newest attraction here at Universal Islands of Adventure, and maybe the most thrilling. Hulk might be more thrilling, depending on who you talk to. But right down this way, we have Velocicoaster. Velocicoaster is a massive steel-launched coaster. It has many, many inversions. This is extremely high, like peak that you come up on. It is super fun, incredibly thrilling. If you like a true roller coaster, Velocicoaster is for you. I actually don't find it overly intense. I find Hulk a little more intense. But if you do tend to think roller coasters are a little too intense, if you want to try this but are a little scared, I recommend riding towards the front of the train. You can request, and they may be able to honor it. The back of the train is a lot more intense, in my opinion, just because of the way the force falls on you. But an extremely fun coaster. This is set in the world of Jurassic World, and the story is that Claire, me, has opened a ride where you get to ride a roller coaster through the Velocicoaster paddock, and Owen is not happy about that.
Not a good idea.
It'll be fine. They're just gonna run next to.
horrible idea.
You train the Raptors. Are you saying you did a bad job?
No, I'm saying they're live animals, Claire. I can't control them like that.
As you're exiting Velocicoaster, or if you're coming in from back around in Jurassic Park, you can head into the Jurassic Park Discovery Center. This is one of my favorite locations in all of Universal Islands of Adventure because it does look just like the Discovery Center in the Jurassic Park movie. It's got the skeletons that they like end up jumping on at the end of Jurassic Park. It's got the stairs that you see Dr. Hammond greet his grandkids on. It's just a really cool like set replica, and I love that they do this. Upstairs, there's a quick service restaurant called Burger Digs, which is pretty tasty, and you'll find a lot of the Velocicoaster merch. Look at this Mr. DNA bucket hat. There are also a lot of like interactive activities in here, so this is a do not miss, especially for kids. I've even seen them demonstrating like a hatching baby dino over there in the lab, which was so cool. Have you ever seen that? It was so cool. Don't worry, we have video of it.
I want to see it.
And our day has been perfectly planned because we are now taking the shortcut past the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which we will probably spend a little more time in tonight. And under Velocicoaster, back over to the Lost Continent, where we are heading to what has been rated many, many, many years as the best theme park restaurant in the world, Mythos. I'm so excited. I've been to Mythos before, but I was a kid and do not remember it well. And my parents bring up Mythos every time I say I'm at Universal. They're like, hey, did you go to Mythos today? And I'm like, no, but today I can say yes because we're going to Mythos. We did make a reservation in advance, which you can do on the Universal website. However, on slower days, you do not necessarily need one. In fact, we got a text message about 2.5 hours ago that was like, if you're ready for your meal, you can come check in now. We're not busy. And I was like, that's okay. We'll come at 4:30 when we want to eat. But we are also eating at an off meal time, which is a great trick. We've been doing that all day. We ate a late breakfast, and we're eating this early dinner, late lunch, and then we're gonna snack a lot through the evening, have some treats, because that's how you avoid crowds at the restaurants. So 4:30, I'm also starving, so I'm pumped. So Mythos has been awarded the world's best theme park restaurant by Theme Park Insider. Extremely popular. I don't think I've ever seen a bad review for this place. We're gonna head on in and give it a try for ourselves. We just realized we rushed over to our reservation without talking about Velocicoaster.
loved it, but it did jostle me.
You got jostled?
I got pretty jostled on this one.
Yeah.
But it's a fun ride. It's a lot more intense, I think, in the back. So that's when I really get jostled on it.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lot of fun.
It's so thrilling, and it really is a true roller coaster. Plus, the queues theming is amazing. This is another one where you will have to drop all of your stuff in lockers, which you do mid-queue. So expect that. But otherwise, absolute blast. Just definitely an intense one. All right, per our waiter's recommendation, we did start with the spanakopita dip, which is a spinach dip sort of thing. It comes with these beautiful, like, thick pita chips. Looks absolutely amazing. It has onions on top. It smells amazing. I once again wish YouTube had smell-o-vision so you could smell it. Emma and I were just talking about the atmosphere in here and how it's super aggressively themed and like almost like kitschy in a way, and we both really love it. Like it's so fun, the details, and like looking at it and being in here, it feels like being in another world.
I love it.
And it's sort of tacky but in a fun way, and we love it. How's your dip?
This is so good. It's so cheesy. It melts in your mouth. The amount
It tastes like tzatziki.
It tastes like tzatziki dip. The seasoning is wonderful, and the pita is so crispy on the outside but fluffy on the inside. I absolutely love this, and honestly, I will think about this all the time. It's so good.
But this is my dinner. This is the seared scallops and barley risotto. As you can see, it is 5 scallops, a beautiful portion of barley risotto. There are these beautiful tomatoes on it, called mushroom mix, parmesan, fresh grated, and a red wine demi-glace. It's a huge portion, and it looks absolutely amazing. And Emma got the very famous knife, spoon, and fork grilled cheese. You need all of those things to eat this, apparently. It's a huge grilled cheese soaked in this beautiful tomato soup. There's cheese on top, little like crispy potatoes, and there's pork belly to it as well. Looks absolutely to die for, and hopefully the soup will help Emma's voice.
For my grilled cheese and tomato soup, I actually really love this. It is a very heavy dish, which I kind of assumed it would be. The cheese is really melty, and there's definitely several kinds of cheeses which I really like, so it's nice and savory. The top half of the grilled cheese is still crispy, while the bottom is soaked in that tomato soup, which I actually really like the difference in texture there, because it's not soggy in a gross way. It's just really nice and chewy, while the top is still crunchy, so you kind of get both at the same time. I really like that. The soup is good. It's just normal tomato soup. I actually wish there was a little bit more of it. I understand because of the presentation, too much probably would make the sandwich not as good, but I really like it, even though it's plain.
Mythos is done. What did you think?
It was really good.
Are you cold?
I'm very cold. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
I'm having hot cold flashes.
We really enjoyed Mythos.
It was really good. I was very impressed.
I don't know that I would call it the best theme park restaurant in the world.
Not in the world, no.
No, I've had some really, what I love is that that's an approachable restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, there are fancy $40 dishes like what I got. There are also $20 dishes. Hers was $17. So, oh my gosh, it's the last call for Poseidon's Fury.
Oh, we gotta go. We gotta go.
We are headed now into Poseidon's Fury, which is a show here in the Lost Continent that has a really amazing, ancient ruins set. And it's sort of a show about some of the gods, which is very cool. It's a little, hokey and fun, but kind of a blast. It's not a super long show, and we have a little extra time, so gotta digest. Why not take in a cool show while we're at it? But we both really liked Mythos. We both agreed we would come back, especially because there is that flexibility of you can spend what you want to spend and still get a really good meal. That dip that we started with was life-changing.
It was amazing. I also really appreciate that, a lot of Disney's good dining, you do have to have pretty advanced reservations.
Yeah.
And this one's a lot more flexible.
I literally got this reservation yesterday, and for much of today, until getting around dinner time, because a lot of people do Mythos for dinner, you could just walk up.
Yeah.
And so that's it. It's
Really
that
nice.
flexibility is nice. So I really enjoyed it. We have to go.
Get them out now! Yes, sir. I'm so sorry.
You search for your master.
That's what I would say. Yeah, you know what? I'm sure it's fine now. We're just not going to touch anything for the sake of being respectful. There's probably nothing dangerous. It's a secret passageway. Sorry.
my favorite thing we've done all day.
Low key, this is amazing.
This show is so first of all, this show is all of the best things about theme park attractions.
Yeah.
It is both incredibly impressive
And also very kitschy.
and also very
And
kitschy.
very funny.
Yeah, it's like a combination of the Bourne Stuntacular over in Universal Studios with its totally like technologically impressive advanced effects. It's got the immersiveness of an old school Universal attraction like Disaster. Like it feels like, oh my god, we are stuck
We're
in
in
Poseidon's tomb. Like it feels like that. And then the end show is so kitschy and fun, it falls into the so bad it's good category.
Exactly.
Like Fast and Furious. So it's like got the best of all worlds. I first of all, I wrote it as a kid and I literally was like, the whole time I was like, oh, I remember this, like as we were walking through. And it was a delight. Probably not a must do, but goodness gracious, if you have time.
You have to.
If you have time, you have to see. Other options for like lunch and dinnery things, if you don't have like the time or the desire to go to a table service meal like Mythos, are things like Fire Eater's Grill and the kebab stand here in Lost Continent. Both of these are like actually surprisingly tasty. You can snack kebabs. They have gyros at Fire Eater's Grill. Lots of a variety of more unique eats for a theme park and things that are relatively filling. Another favorite of ours is the Three Broomsticks in Wizarding World of Harry Potter. We do eat there both in our Everything in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in one day and our Perfect Day of Harry Potter. We eat it for different meals, so you can see us review the different options that they have there. So that's another spot I love. This is actually part of my perfect day, is going in the All Hallows Eve boutique. Let's go. It's scary in there. All right, we have made it over to Jurassic Park again. We just strolled right through Wizarding World to get back over here. And that's because one of my favorite drinks in the whole park is over here. It's definitely, I think, time for a beer. We haven't done a lot of drinking today because you don't necessarily need to do that for a part of your perfect day, and Emma's certainly not going to. But I do love the Jurassic Park exclusive beer, and we're dressed as Owen and Claire.
You have to have one.
So it's going to be part of my perfect day for sure. I went for the Isla Nublar IPA, which is an exclusive bar to It's an exclusive bar. This is an exclusive beer to Jurassic Park. It is a really... All right, I got the Isla Nublar IPA.
I got the mango passion fruit. It is just a smoothie, really.
Yeah, it's like a virgin. It's the mixer, and you can get it with whatever you want, but she got it virgin.
Yeah.
And cheers. I mean, we've clearly already had some, but... I love this IPA. In my opinion, it tastes like biting into an orange. Yeah. It's not that hoppy.
Delicious and mango-y, very sweet, and I think it would be really good if you added something to it, but I'm glad that I did it.
Nice.
It's delish.
We have split up in the very last minutes of our night before seeing a show to grab two Wizarding World of Harry Potter treats that are actually new. One of those are these Florian Fortescue little ice cream cups that you can now get over here in Honeydew. So Florian Fortescue's is the ice cream shop over in Universal Studios at the Wizarding World over there, Diagon Alley. It is my favorite ice cream of all time, anywhere, not just in theme parks. And they now have it here in Honeydukes, which is really awesome because you could not get it if you were only having a park day at Islands of Adventure. And now you can grab little cups. They have Butterbeer, Dutch chocolate, or strawberry peanut butter. Strawberry peanut butter and Butterbeer are my favorites, so I'm very excited. They also have a vanilla. But I've grabbed ours. We're grabbing it to go as a little end of night treat. All right, our treats for the night. We are sharing a vegan butterbeer and a Florian Fortescue's peanut butter strawberry ice cream.
Both which are new here.
They are new. So butterbeer, obviously long-standing, but this is now vegan. So it used to be that if you got it without the topping, it would be vegan, but now you can have a vegan topping and have it. You had to go inside for it, right?
I had to go into Three Broomsticks. They do not have it at the walk-up carts. And currently, when we're here, they only had frozen or cold, so no hot for the vegan option.
Then I got the Florian Fortescue's. Now this is my favorite ice cream in anywhere ever that has ever existed. It's only available in Diagon Alley until now.
Until today, not today.
Not today, but a few days ago. Now they have little cups like this of the Florian Fortescue's over here in Honeydukes for you to try, which is amazing, and I hope it's just as good.
We're gonna find out right now.
Find out. You test the butterbeer.
All right. Oh, she's just handing this.
I have to open this.
Okay, well, honestly, it tastes exactly the same.
Like, it was really good, and I know that for a fact that they made this one vegan. I requested it, and then they double checked with me when I picked it up at the counter. It was it's really good. It's really good. I don't
It's a
notice
little different texturally.
Texturally, it is a little bit different, but taste-wise, I don't notice a difference. Not a major one.
I think it's more butterscotchy.
It's maybe a little bit sweeter, but I think
I
that's
like
positive.
it better.
It's really, really good. I'm actually super impressed with it. If you really want to try it and you're vegan, I highly, highly,
Do
highly
I like
recommend
this better?
It's really good. It's really good.
The flavor is just as good. This is just as amazing strawberry peanut butter. It's Harry Potter's favorite flavor in the book, so it's one of my favorites to get when I'm at Florian Fortescue's. The flavor is like amazing. It's super peanut buttery. The strawberry comes off like jelly, so it's like PB&J ice cream, which is honestly sounds weird, but it's really good. And if you like peanut butter, you should try it. Textural, not the same, which is what is so good about Florian. It's a little icier, I think, because it's been scooped and refrozen, not kept in an ice cream fridge, it's been kept in like a regular cooler. It's still delicious, and it's still better than not having Florian Fortescue's over here. It's just not quite as good as over there. I would not come to the park just to get this one, where I do come to the park just to get the other one. But I'm really glad that the option exists. All right, now on select evenings throughout the year, in the springs and summer, there are the nighttime lights on Hogwarts. There's also a Halloween show around Halloween and a holiday show around the holidays. But it is select nights, so go ahead and check in your Universal app and ask cast members if you're interested in seeing that show. They typically run the show starting at dusk, and show times do vary, so you'll just want to be in the area to catch it. But it is definitely the perfect end to a perfect day. So we are certainly heading to catch the very last show here tonight at 7:45 p.m. Our final great tip is if you do linger a little bit and in your night in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter like we have, you're going to find it a whole lot less busy than any other time of the day. Great time for photos, great time to just take in the absolutely amazing, stunning ambiance. And in my opinion, there's really nothing like the Wizarding World at night in either park, here or at Universal Studios. So definitely a nice trick is to sort of linger a bit here, have your treats, and then take your time on your way out. That's a full day at Universal. The perfect day, for sure. Emma's voice is gone. I'll just talk. It was the perfect day at Universal, ending with these amazing new treats, vegan butterbeer, and the ice cream that you can get in Honeydukes now. We saw a beautiful light show on the castle, had one of my favorite drinks, rode all the rides we wanted to, saw some cool shows, just, I mean, really the perfect Islands of Adventure day. Met a dinosaur that was so cool. Yeah, the whole day was just awesome. I think also, like, you can do all of both Universal and Universal Studios in one day. Emma's literally ridden every ride in both parks in one day, which you can see on the channel. But having the time to luxuriate and really take in these lands and some of their awesome theming and their awesome offerings, and like really take your time, have a nice sit-down dinner at the best theme park restaurant in the world, like that's really valuable. And I had an amazing day today. I hope that the tips we've shared, the tricks, and some of the insight has been helpful to you. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And now you can watch us do everything in Harry Potter World in one day. We'll see you there. Bye. Can you start working on your voice now, please? No. Never mind. Okay.